Gomez. But for the meantime, I needed to pause for a few seconds. Good afternoon once again. Welcome to Upstream Originals, A Girl and a Guy Grand Media Conference. We are airing live simultaneously on Upstream's Facebook and YouTube channel. Ako po si Mark Salamat and I will be your moderator for today's forum. Guys, A Girl and a Guy takes pride in showcasing an ensemble cast that are relatively new in the biz, but their bravery and commitment to their craft are all exemplary. Makikilala po natin sila isa-isa ngayong hapon. Sisimulan ko po ulit ang pagpapakilala na yan kay Candice Ramos, a beauty queen turned actress from the University of the Philippines. Say hello to our audience, Candice.
Hi, good afternoon po. Thank you for spending time with us. My name is Candice Ramos and I'm Mela in the movie. She's working her way up the corporate ladder and she's very much decisive about her career direction and about her life in general, which is so not me, but kinda trying to be like that in person. Hello, everybody.
Thank you very much. Kanina po nakasama natin si Rosh Barman mula naman sa FUBU Manila na commercial model na ngayon ay character actor. Hello, Rosh.
Yes, thank you, Sir Mark. And good afternoon po sa inyong lahat ng nanonood dito. Ako po si Rosh Barman. Ako po ay gaganap na Gio Gapikla dito po sa ating film. At ako po ay college love ni Fiona. Sabay po kami mangangarap maging filmmaker.
Thank you very much, Rosh. Up next is a ballerina dancing her way to mainstream showbiz from Brigham University in Utah. Let's welcome Trixie, Miss Sarah Holmes.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having us. I'm Trixie. I'll be playing Trixie. She is but her character is a straightforward of a woman. She knows what she wants and she says what she wants, which is a lot like me. She's patient and understanding as well. And I hope you guys will want to get to know her more.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Next is a theater arts major from UP Diliman, braving her role as Bea, Miss Pao Benitez.
Hi! Hello! Salamat po sa pagpunta dito at paglaan ng oras para makilala kami at ang aming pelikula. My character is Bea. She is a very traditional woman. She's a Catholic. She is a vegan. And my character represents every woman who believes that sex should come after marriage.
Yan, virgin. Yan ang aabangan. You represent all the virgins in the world. Next up is a theater actor from Dulaang UP who is a graduate of accountancy, computing how much skin he showed in this movie as Carlo, Mr. Carlo Torabal.
Hi, magandang araw sa inyong lahat at sa lahat ng nanonood ngayon sa live natin. Bali ako po si Carlo, ang character ko po sa pelikula ay Carlo din. Yung character na Carlo ay isang self-made na tao, isang negosyante at parang lahat ng material na bagay ay nasa kanya na at kung kaya't parang nag-decide siya one day parang may kulang, no? And I think yun ang pag-ibig at yun ang kanyang journey sa pelikulang ito, ang pag-ibig. So yun.
Thank you very much, Carlo. Mula ulit sa UP Diliman who took up theater arts, her skills land her the role of Kat. Let's welcome Miss Chloe Reyes.
Hello everyone. Welcome to A Girl and a Guy Grand Mediacon. Thank you so much for having us. I'm Chloe Reyes and I play the role of Kat, and I think she represents all the girls who have more to them than what meets the eye. Stay tuned.
Thank you very much, Chloe. A character actor and commercial model from University of Asia in the Pacific who will surprise you with his portrayal of JP, Mr. Sean Salvador.
Hello, good afternoon sa everyone, sa press, and for everyone's watching online. My character's name is JP. Ako yung ka-Tinder date ni Fiona, yung character ni Alexa. And JP's just sweet, kind, boy next door. Seems to be perfect, but may twist.
Yan, abangan natin ang twist. Thank you very much, Son. At syempre, kailangan ipakilala din natin ang mga bida ng A Girl and a Guy. Our lead actor is taking up export management from CSB, dugong showbiz who wanted to create a legacy of his own. Let's meet Raf, Mr. Rob Gomez. Hi, Rob.
Sir, magandang umaga po. Ay, magandang hapon pala sa inyo lahat.
Good afternoon, Rob. Diba, ikwento mo naman sa amin sino ang nire-represent ni Raf sa generation na ito?
Raf is a very simple guy. He's trying to figure things out for himself. He's kind of an introvert, kind of not really self-absorbed, but very questioning to his existence. Hello? Am I choppy? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Guys? Do you hear me? So he goes through everything, through every relationship. He tries to figure it out, but he gets lost in the process. You know, he gets lost in other people's lives, and then he tends to forget himself, his own journey. And in the end, he learns. So I think everyone's Raf.
Rob, ito naman, tatanungin muna kita bago ko ipakilala ang iyong partner dito sa pelikulang ito. After mong gawin tong pelikulang to, sa tingin mo, ano ang masasabi ng pamilya mo about this?
Natuwa naman po sila. They congratulated me. Everybody was supportive. They were shocked a little bit on the content, but they understood. And we're very excited for the next.
Yan. Rob, kadalasan ito yung gusto nilang malaman, and ito personal gusto kong malaman. Kung huhubaran kita ngayon, ano ang laman ng puso mo? Kaba o saya? Tell us why.
Kaba o saya? I really can't pick on just one. I think it's more kaba and saya pa. Pero, yan. Sobrang kabado, pero sobrang excited din.
Yan.
Sobrang thankful pa yan.
Yes, naghahalo-halo na yung emotions mo, 'di ba? Bago natin ipakilala ang ating lead actress na si Alexa, let's watch first the full trailer of A Girl and a Guy. Let's watch this.
Pag gusto,
Yes!
Yan ba tingin niyo sa mga babae, kayong mga lalaki?
Pwede sa akin yung ad, pero hindi dahil sexy yung babae. Mataba, mayat, may boobs, may puwet, wala. Why not?
I love you.
Galing ah. Sarap mong boss.
are you trying to flirt with me?
Am I? Ikaw ba na sa'yo, boss?
Ay, in fairness sa'yo, napapatawa mo ko ng ganito. Kang ano dyan, baka mamaya.
Ako naman. Gentleman naman. I'm sorry, mali pa. So what's your surprise? Kaya na pa ako excited.
Stepmom? Ako talaga?
Eh, ikaw, ano pang hinihintay mo?
Anong meron?
Fucking tired, Ra.
Kahit anong gusto mo, o release mo yan pag pinasikat na kita.
Wala kang direksyon. I feel like I'm dating a toddler.
Okay na nga, hindi na nga tayo magsasama sa
Hindi
camp.
mo kaya kumilos ng wala ko? Kailangan kada kibot nandito ako sa tabi mo?
Tangin ng GMT mo na lang ako, Marley. Yun eh.
Laki lang yan.
You better prove to us that you are worth keeping.
Wow! Bakit na alam ko naman dapat di ko pinatuloy si Kase? Hoy! Teka lang!
Maybe this is the universe telling us to stop everything.
Alam mo kasi, parang ako nasa marathon eh. Kahit malayo pa yung finish line, basta umusad.
You know, life is less of a race. It's more of a maze.
Mabuti pa mag-enjoy na lang tayo. Chill na lang tayo mamaya. Cheers.
Cheers.
With that, it's my pleasure to introduce to you our lead actress who is taking up marketing in De La Salle University. She has graced a lot of TV ads at ito ang kanyang pinakaunang sabak sa mainstream. Let's welcome Fiona, Miss Alexa Miro.
Hello, good afternoon to everyone. Welcome to A Girl and a Guy's Grand Media Press Con. Welcome po sa mga press and to everyone who's watching us. Welcome, and I'm so glad to meet you guys. My name is Alexa Miro and I am Fiona in the movie. Fiona is a very charming go-getter, goal-getter, aspiring writer-director who knows what she wants. You know, she has a dream and she has a straight arrow with how she wants to achieve that. But unfortunately, like me in real life, she gives 200%, not only in her career, but also in love. So I think that Fiona represents every girl who is willing to give everything for love. Unfortunately, she also represents every girl who needs to validate herself from other people, and she represents every girl who needs to learn self-love.
Thank you, Alexa. Alexa, we've seen the trailer, we've read and saw your past interviews. We know how you went all out in this film. Ito, diretsuhang tanong. Bakit ang tapang mo? Saan mo hinuhugot yan?
Honestly, I don't know. Pero siguro po dahil I have been in the industry for quite a while now and I have known my passion for acting ever since I was a child, ever since I was 5 years old. So when you're given a big ass opportunity with an amazing director who's, you know, everyone dreams of working with, you grab that opportunity, and I fell in love with the story when it was presented to me. Like with every media press con that that I was in, I told them that para siyang engagement, para siyang proposal for me na nag-propose na yung perfect na story, perfect na guy, and you know you will marry that guy. So it was definitely a yes for me. And that's the kind of actress I want to be, willing to take risks, willing to be fearless, as long as I believe what I'm doing it for.
And allow me to say na I think malayo ang mararating mo dahil sa dedication na pinapakita mo dito pa lang sa una mong pelikula. And
Thank you so
congratulations
much, Mark. I am so
advance.
blessed. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
You're welcome. Now that we were able to introduce to you the stars and their characters, allow me to open this afternoon's discussion with just 2 questions for our cast, and after which, we will open the floor for our media friends to ask our brave and daring cast. A girl and a guy will define this generation's type of girl and guy pagdating sa life decisions at pagmamahal. This is your generation. Kayo yan. Kaya kayo yung nandito sa pelikula. So, isa lang ang tanong ko, for the boys muna, 'di ba? Ito yung question ko. Pagkatapos niyong gawin yung pelikula, ano ngayon ang tingin niyo sa mga babae? And I wanted to start it with Carlo. Kasi ikaw yung pinaka-senior. Nagbago ba ang tingin mo sa mga babae? Carlo?
Hindi, syempre. Parang lagi ko naman silang I look up to women, girls, lahat ng babae, no? Kasi I totally respect them. Yun ang pinaka-importante. At, you know, sa A Girl and a Guy, mas maiintindihan natin yung henerasyon ngayon. At sa tingin ko yung sinasabi yung kung may nagbago man or kung ano, wala akong masasabi ba. It's just, ang pinaka-kuwan ko ay mas nire-respeto ko sila kasi mas ano na sila ngayon, fearless. They can take on anything. Lahat na kayang gawin ng lalaki, kaya ng babae. So, mas yun. Mas much more respect pa sa kanila.
So, tumaas palalo ang respeto mo. Ikaw naman, Rosh, meron ka bang natuklasang bago tungkol sa mga babae?
Ako naman, dito sa film na to, dito ko na-realize na natutunan na meron palang babae na grabe magmahal, pero sa sobrang pagmamahal niya, medyo nagiging toxic na siya. Sorry, pero I respect
I'm
the girls.
expecting good answers from you guys.
Wow ha, wow ha.
Sorry.
Toxic pala ha.
Pero yun talaga eh.
Toxic pala.
Pero, di ba
Sorry,
tama si
sorry.
Rose, yun yung katotohanan, di ba, na meron talagang mga tends to become toxic. Tingnan natin kung yan ba din ang na-validate ni Son. Son, anong napatunayan mo sa mga babae after watching this film or doing this film?
Girls, huwag kayong magagalit, please. Based lang to sa character ko, na na-experience ng character ko dun sa movie. Pero napansin ko lang is, may mga babae talagang magaling mag-tease. Yun lang. Pero in the end, parang hanggang tease lang talaga, alam mo yun. Hindi na reciprocate.
After ng tease, hindi na na-develop into something serious. Nakita ko yung reaksyon ni Rob Gomez when you answer that, Son. Rob, ikaw, diba? Ano ngayon ang napatunayan mo after doing this film? Ang mga babae ay talaga namang...
Sakit sa ulo. Hindi, joke lang.
Wow. Excuse me.
Oh, nag-react sila lang.
Wow. Excuse Excuse me.
War.
Excuse me.
Hey, boys, back me up. Boys, back me up.
Sakit daw kayo sa ulo. Ito ang question ko ngayon sa mga girls. Kayo naman, after doing this film, ano ang natuklasan nyo sa mga lalaki na ayaw nyo nang makita sa mga magiging kapartner nyo or sa kasalukuyang partner nyo? Candice, go ahead.
Ladies, it's payback time, okay? All of you guys. No, I think we're better off without all of the guys because girls are the strongest is.
We'll just go for girls.
So whatever character you guys have, they're all just nuts.
How about you, Pao? Meron ka bang nakitang, uy, ayoko ng gantong klaseng lalaki?
Of course, meron po. Meron talaga. Lalo na sa mga characters natin dito sa pelikula. Pero yung pinaka-tumatak talaga sa akin, ang mga lalaki kapag meron silang gustong-gusto, tapos hindi nila makuha, talagang gagawa sila ng paraan kahit may masagasaan sila or kahit whether good or bad way, talagang tatawid sila doon kung lang yung gusto nila. So, kayo na bahala mag-judge kung tama or mali ba sila kung paano sila kumuha ng gusto nilang makuha.
Sarah, how about you? Ano naman ang aayawan mo sa susunod mong magiging boyfriend?
Parang di po muna ako magpa-boyfriend.
Good answer. Good answer, girl.
After the movie, parang okay na ako mag-isa. But yeah, I think for me is that what I learned is that sometimes you want to be the guy's solution or the girl wants to be the guy's solution, but in the end, they won't learn until you actually just get up and leave and show them that, you know, you deserve better. And sometimes you do. And then when the next girl comes, then we'll treat her better. But then, like, if the guy can't reciprocate what I give or what I bring into the table, that's not what I want, and I don't need that. So that's what I learned in the movie. You know, it has to be give and take. It can't always be just giving 200% of yourself, because ikaw yung mawawala in the process. You can't keep taking care of guys. You can't keep taking care of children. You know what I mean?
Yes, thank you, Sarah. I wanted to hear quick answers lang from Chloe and Alexa so we can open the floor to our media friends. Chloe, ang mga lalaki ay talaga namang...
Ayaw sa mga lalaki, hindi pure yung intentions, hindi genuine. Iba yung sinasabi sa ginagawa. Basically, lalaking magulo.
Lalaking magulo. Alexa, ang lalaki ay talaga namang...
Wala po akong specific na masasabi, honestly, kasi ang natutunan ko po sa pelikula, lahat tayo magkakaibang klase ng tao. At kahit maraming kagaguhan ng mga lalaki, deep inside, malaki din yung puso nila. But what I really learned is, it's not about finding the perfect match. Hindi po yung dapat priority. Priority mo muna dapat sarili mo. And the right man will then come.
bago pa magkainitan ng opinion ng girls at ng guys, I'm opening the floor for questions. I'll start first dun sa una nating 5 media friends kay Miss Janice, MJ, Jojo, Jeff, and Leia. But I'll start first with Miss Janice Navida from Bulgar. Good afternoon, Miss Janice. Miss Janice, you're on mute po.
Hello, good afternoon. Ayan, sabi ko nga, grabe ang mga sagot nila. Parang nag-uumpisa pa lang, mas mainit pa sa init ng panahon. Oo.
Totoo po. Totoo po.
Oo. Andiyan na ba si Direk? Direk Eric?
Later po, he'll join us.
Okay.
Yes.
Sige, so habang wala pa si Direk Eric, I'll direct my questions muna to Rob and Alexa. Since kanina narinig ko nga na parang si Rob may may showbiz blood, tama ba ako? Sana mabigyan kami ng background ni Rob since hindi ako masyadong familiar sa kanya.
Sige, Rob?
Right.
Hi, Rob.
Rob, what's your showbiz
Hi
background?
po.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Nice to meet you.
Rob, can you give us your simple showbiz background kung meron man? May mga relatives ka ba from showbiz?
A little po. A little. I am the son of the former model / actress Kate Gomez, the sister of Gary Estrada.
Mm-hmm. Gary Estrada. So,
grandson of George Stregan.
Oh, okay. Oo. So kailan ka nag-start mag-showbiz?
Actually po, it's been recently lang. Ito lang po talaga yung
This pandemic lang.
Ever na natanggap at yes po. Pero I had a little an episode in Pidol's Wonderland po once when I was around 16, I think. And then I got into Walang Tulugan, rest in peace, Ninong Germs. He asked me to help me to develop singing, dancing, and co-hosting, but very minimal experience.
Oh, okay. So since ako ka pala ng the late George Estrega, no, na sana hindi naman offensive yung question ko, pero na nakilala din kasi noon sa mga daring roles, daring scenes, di ba? Oo, and
yes.
Oo, kung tama yung dinig ko, etong A Girl and a Guy ay grabe ang mga daring scenes din na ipapakita nyo. So, bilang isang estregan, sa tingin mo ba mapapantayan mo yung nagawa ng iyong lolo sa kanyang showbiz career and yung mga daring scenes na ginawa niya din noon?
Sobrang ganda po ng tanong niyo. Thank you.
Pang beauty
I do not think I can. Well, it's the first time anyone's asked me that question, so thank you. But I think I will not and I cannot live up to their names. Lalo na him, he's a very, very great actor. Nunal sa Tubig po, napanood niyo na po ba yun? Sobrang galing ba? Kaya po siya. Pero sobrang ang galing po, ibang klase po. As in, kinikilabutan po, hindi ko po siya nakilala.
Talaga, sa pinanood mo siya, pinanood mo
Pinakakal ko siya. Pati po yung mga tiyuhin ko, si Tito Gary po, napakagaling din po. Aktor, malayo. Although I would want to be there one day. But, just being in their shadow and, learning from them, but I think I cannot surpass. But I would love to live up to their name.
Mm-hmm.
He's an award. I think there was a story I heard. My mom told me in Manila, he won all of the Best Actor awards in the same year in different categories or awards. But all Best Actors in 1 year. Lahat ng meron tayo dito sa Philippines. Ibang klase po yun. Sobrang hirap ng ginawa. At ang galing siguro niya. at mahal na mahal siya ng mga nakakatrabaho niya. Actually po, nung sa nag-shooting kami sa Agag, A Girl and a Guy, may mga nakatrabaho po si Lolo na ka-crew namin kasi lagi ko po kasama yung crew. Napakabait po nila sa akin. Ayun, may mga kwento sila na kilala po nila. So, nakakamangha. Alam niyo po yun, parang ang tagal na nun. Pero ibang klase pa. Well, he has his own reputation. He's a badass daw.
Mhm. Mhm.
I would
So,
love to be beside him though.
So, Rob, having a director like Direct Eric Matti, who's known for his great jobs, meron ka bang napifeel na pressure na since galing ka nga sa showbiz blood, di ba? Meron kang kilala ang pamilya nyo na magagaling na actor. Na-pressure ka ba kay Direct Eric?
Actually po,
For your
yes.
first film?
May tension na ganun. It's not bad. It was good. It was good. It was good. It was great. It was a great experience. Sobrang, yun nga po, having a director like him, I am very thankful. I am blessed. But there was pressure. There was pressure to myself. If ever I could do or finish the movie, I was questioning myself if I could live up to what I said yes to. But then I learned, I harnessed myself, I pulled myself together and it was fun.
Mm-hmm. And feeling mo naman na meet mo yung expectations ni Direk?
May mga puri po naman siyang nabigay sa akin. Although I have my kinks, syempre po baguhan po ako, hindi ko anuhin yun. Although it's a very fun learning experience talaga.
Mm-hmm. And good luck ha. Sana tuloy-tuloy niyan. Kay Alexa naman, short na lang din. Alam ko maraming naka-line up magtanong. Alexa, any
Hello
background
po.
mo naman sa showbiz?
Background sa showbiz. When I was a kid, I think I was 5 years old po, I joined Munting Miss Universe. And I was magtutuloy-tuloy na po dapat talaga yung showbiz career ko because my mom saw that it was really my passion since I was a kid. But real life happened. I had to study first and I had to prioritize the family issues and what they want for me to pursue acting perhaps after all the studies na po. So, yun po muna yung inuna ko. Pero thankfully, nakapag-commercials po ako on the side kasi hindi ko po siya talaga matanggal sa puso ko kahit nung nasa college po ako, nagti-theater plays po ako. And yeah, every step that I took along the way was for this career path. And then I first got discovered in Direct Theodore Boborol's commercial in Jollibee. Parang for Valentine's Day special po yun. It's called Signs. So sobrang nag-viral po yun sa Facebook, sa YouTube, and all over. And I am so thankful na nakatrabaho ko po si Direct Ted Boborol because he also included me po sa first ever acting experience ko na teleserye, which was Araw Gabi. I was with Miss Barbie Imperial and JM JM de Guzman.
JM de Guzman.
Yes. So, ginawa ko mag-asawa yung dalawa. Sorry, B, if you're watching. Yun po. Tapos yun po yung nagbukas ng maraming opportunities for me, like such as MMK, Ipaglaban Mo. And ito na nga po, my biggest break ever, A Girl and a Guy. And I'm so thankful for this.
Mm-hmm. So, first time kang mahawakan ni Direk Eric Matti. Kumusta yung experience?
Nako. Ayan na nga po pag tinatanong po ako about Direk Eric Matti. Parang nasasagot ko po lahat ng tanong pero pagdating kay Direk Eric Matti, speechless po ako. Siguro sa sobrang blessed ko, sa sobrang thankful ko. Sobrang saya po niya makatrabaho. And he's a straight arrow. He will give it to you every single time. Pag may mali kang ginagawa, sasabihin niya sa'yo ng diretsyo. Pag magaling ka, sasabihin niya rin sa'yo ng diretsyo. But I really love how real Direk Eric is, and it translated into what kind of movie he wants to produce right now. Sobrang totoo po ng pelikula namin at yun po yung klase niyang pagiging director. Sobrang totoo. And I love Direk Eric Matti so much. I have so much respect for him and this film.
Okay, so last na lang. To Rob and Alexa, sabi nga kanina, di ba, all out itong movie na to. Gaano ka all out? Meron ba kayong mga frontal nudity? Kasi I heard na may mga grabing eksena dito.
Ano
Well,
po
ganyan
ba
ba?
yung gusto nyo pong makita? What do you guys want to see?
Totoo ba? Totoo ba
Everything.
yung nakarating sa akin? Kasi kanina yung description, parang all out.
All out po sa kwento, all out po sa pagiging totoo niya sa totoong buhay. So if you guys want to see what we were willing to see, please watch A Girl in a Guy.
Nako,
June
ma.
24.
Exciting
Exciting
mo
po yan,
fire
madam.
pala ito. Ayan.
Yes, sobra.
Anyway, thank you kasi wala pa yata si Direk Eric, di ba?
Wala pa po.
Sa atin, sige. Later na lang siguro.
Dito na
Thank you,
ako.
thank you so much
Ay,
po.
andyan na si Direk
Ay,
Eric.
andyan na. Let's
Hi,
welcome
Direk.
our
Ayan,
beloved
Direk.
Ayan.
Since andyan na si Direk.
Oo, nandito na si
Direk.
Direk.
Kaya pa ako
Let's acknowledge
nanonood.
the presence of Direk Eric, Matti. Ayan, Direk.
Hi, Direk.
Hi,
Good
Direk.
afternoon.
Nako, Direk, good afternoon. Ito na ang aking question for you. Kasi naloka ako ng bongga dahil nakilala kita sa mga big budgeted movie na OTJ, Honor Thy Father, na may social relevance, mga ganyan. Pero ngayon, Direk, parang ibang ibang genre tong ginawa mo. Bakit nagkaroon ng big shift? Kasabay ba ng pandemic?
Actually, I wrote the script for this 2019 pa. And then hindi ko naman naisip talaga ipoproduce siya. No, I just wanted to put it on paper yung gusto kong sabihin. I was looking at my two daughters. I couldn't understand both of them. Parang the generation now exists in a totally different world than what we know, no? Nagugulat nga ako sa mga tanong nyo na how daring, mga ganon-ganon, because I think you'll see it in the movie with how comfortable everyone is physically. And I think that's what I've also wanted for our movies, I mean, for movies in general in the Philippines, to be more casual about showing skin, showing nudity. Parang naiwan na tayo sa dark ages, no? Na parang naging tita na lahat ng tao na parang makakita ng cleavage, bawal, 'di ba? Hindi na uso ngayon I think we need to let go of the stigma of people taking off their clothes. I think even on Instagram, you see it all over the place, and we just scroll through it, diba? We don't get shocked anymore. And this movie, A Girl and a Guy, liberated me in a way, not just because I felt there were no rules in making the movie. I've always wanted to do a movie where hindi ko isipin kung kaliwang boobs lang ba yung lumabas or kalahating puwet lang yung pakita. Diba? If it's needed in the story, why can't we show anything? No? And yes, rather than ride on the fact na marami siyang bold, because there really is a lot, I think you'd be surprised to see when you see the movie how important it is all throughout the movie to be as carefree as possible with the way we look at the new generation, which is them, no? And it shows talaga. I'm sure we've seen so many movies na Pinoy na maghalikan lang yung dalawang bida, parang ayaw pa humalik, di ba? Parang ang titigas ng mga bibig, di ba? This one, we just show it for what it is. And I'm happy that the cast bonded quite well on the set, even if most of them don't really know each other. I'm glad that they all bonded because it shows in the movie. It shows how comfortable everyone is. And believe ako dun. Yan.
Mhm. So direct somehow advantage pa pala na nagkaroon din ng pandemic kasi nagkaroon ng platform na mai-showcase yung mga gantong klase ng movie.
Yun nga eh. Yun yung weird kasi syempre hindi namin iniisip na ako mismo when I wrote this in 2019 around maybe June or July, we went up to Mindoro, wrote the script, and then of course yung script na sinasabi ko is I wrote down all my thoughts and then passed it on to a real writer, no, si Ange Pesumal. And after that, no one was really interested. No, I was finishing on the job. Hindi ko pa naman kailangan gawin yon. I was getting ready for the HBO movie. No, and then we went back to work last June or July last year. And then we started thinking, because of Upstream PH, what can we do to launch an original, no? The Upstream original. And ano yun, parang in passing, I mentioned the script I wrote. And the tough part of this is it's an ensemble piece. So, ang hirap sa pandemya, hindi siya isang bahay, dalawang tao. No? There's a lot of places, there's a lot of characters, everyone moves in and out of each other's lives. So, mahirap siya gawin during the pandemic. But when Baguio loosened up, it was written for Manila. We had to do a rewrite where it involves no longer Manila, but a provincial town. In this case, we set it in Baguio, but we don't name it as Baguio. At the same time, I said it would be dishonest of us if we don't include the pandemic in the story. So we did a major rewrite in the middle part of the movie where the pandemic happened. And I think that made the whole movie even better. Primarily because it was from a point of view, the pandemic, from the point of view of the Gen Z, who is quite a restless generation, no? Yung parang hindi mapakali na generation, who couldn't just stand down, sit and relax. So the pandemic put them in that state, and it gave the script a lot more nuance, no? Napaganda pa.
Oh, okay. Last na lang direct. Hindi kaya after this movie ay maalarma ang MTRCB at ituloy na nila yung censorship even sa online?
Hindi ko alam. Hindi ko alam. Pero ang natuwa lang ako is because we responsibly did the movie. Responsibly meaning we're not doing a porno. We responsibly did the movie, and it's just so much freedom na for me as a filmmaker, malaking bagay yon. That I can tell it for what it is without thinking, one, I'm being judged. Two, I'm being censored. Three, my freedom of expression is being cut out. Wala, yung parang tell it for what it is, no? And you'll see in the movie. You'll see in the movie how liberating the whole thing was. And yes, baka nga MTRCB might complain, but I want them to see it and see it for what it's worth, for what it says about our generation right now, and I hope that they understand where we're coming from, no, with this movie.
Ayan. Okay. Thank you, Direk, sa magandang sagot. Thank you to all the cast, and hello. Ayan. Thank you. Good luck.
Maraming salamat. Let's now move on to MJ Felipe from TV Patrol. Hi, MJ.
Hi, Mark. Hi, Direk. Long time no see.
Hi, MJ.
Direk, kanina habang nagsasalita ka, ang pumapasok sa isip ko, parang this kind of reminds me of Cruel Intentions. Parang gano'n no? Parang may ganong feel siya. May pagka cult film na kasi nga quirky, matapang, out of the box, no? Parang Direk, I was just wondering na parang sabi mo nga, you wrote this in 2019, na parang somehow hinugot yung inspiration for yung peg mo for this film.
Madami. I never really understood this generation. And for me to be writing about this is quite difficult. I think I'm coming from reality entertainment where most of our employees are of the same age. And you're just surprised when you're in a meeting and you're looking at them browsing through their phones. And I didn't know, I only know about Tinder. And then eventually I found out about Bumble. Ano naman yung Bumble na yan? Diba? And being the tito that I am, I kept on warning everyone, but everyone's looking at me like, ano kami, tanga? Yung parang, and I hated myself for being judgmental about people going into dating apps, no? And then as I was aware of it, I started looking into my daughters, and also part of the soundtrack, yung Neneng B na yan came from my daughter na music. Surprisingly, I was looking for a song that I could use for the movie. Ang sinuggest, Neneng B, gusto ko ngang batukan eh. Pero hindi ko na nabatukan. Inintindi ko na lang na natuwa na lang sa, di ba? So, yun, I think that's where the curiosity came from. And I realized beyond that, all these years, ang tagal na, siguro starting 2012, 2013, everyone was asking me, do a rom-com. Sabi ko, ayokong gumawa ng rom-com kasi ang dami nang gumagawa niyan. There's a lot of people who are better than me who's doing those kinds of films. And when I got the idea for A Girl and a Guy, I realized, one, it's not a rom-com, but I wanted to explore that side of a younger set of people, no, na hindi ko pa na-explore. And I think it's also a way to, in terms of movies, it's also a way to show everyone what can be done other than boy meets girl, girl meets boy. The parents disapprove, they part ways, and then they see each other in another party 1 year later, and there's a possibility na maging sila, no? Because there's a lot of things that we discussed in A Girl and a Guy. Marami dyan yung, lahat ba tayo may the one? Wala na yan eh. Parang up to now, we're still stuck with the one. It's no longer about that, di ba? Ang daming backward thinking that we need to unwind about the kind of relationship movies that we're making. And I'm hoping, I'm not saying we're saying the best insight, but what I'm saying is there's another side to it that we can possibly present, and people might actually be would gravitate towards that insight as something real, as something that they can identify with.
Right. Kanina sabi ni Janice na parang nag-shift ka direct to a new genre. Parang as tingin ko hindi eh. Parang na-maintain mo direct yung parang yung pushing the envelope kind of stories, no? With Bybus, with On the Job, with Honor Thy Father. So feeling ko you're still on that same core na direct Eric Matti's a director that pushes the envelope. Pero diniscuss din ba dito sa film, direct, yung pagiging fluid ng millennials nowadays when it comes to relationship, that they don't see gender anymore?
Yes, I think Alexa can attest to that in one part of the movie. No, you're gonna see how they deal with what they call an experiment of maybe I am for a partner with the same sex as I have, or maybe I'm with the opposite gender, no? I think that was also discussed because most of them are actually a lot hindi naman, some of us here are also fluid, no?
May I know from the cast who are fluid here?
Raise
Hindi
your
ako
hands,
mag-out sa
guys.
inyo, ha?
Chloe,
mean by
Sarah
fluid?
is raising their hand.
We're still
No.
exploring.
And
What's
Candice.
fluid?
When you say fluid, you do not look at gender. You know,
Yeah.
you're
I'm not just fluid. I'm also just still exploring.
Sarah.
Yeah, same as Candice. I'm exploring and experimenting like what I really want. So yeah.
Kaya
It's
pala
a
nakarelate
really
kayo
it's a
kaagad,
great
no?
experience. Yeah. But it's a
Because
great
men are pigs.
experience.
I think they should explore the other sex, the same sex, because men are
That
pigs.
is true. That is true, direct.
That's
Men are
true.
pigs.
Ay
For
nako, alam
sure.
nyo, kanina
Also,
nakikinig ako direct sa kanila kanina, gender is always an endless debate. So, hindi talaga yan
That's true.
matatapos.
yeah.
Yes.
So
Talagang,
including with the exploration is education. So we keep also on checking out like studies about explorations and development on gender studies as well.
right. Ang napansin ko lang, Candice, Sarah, and Alexa, and Chloe, lahat ng mga girls ang fluid. Parang yung guys, wala. They're just quiet. What's up?
In denial.
They're just cool lang kasi cool lang, chill lang sila.
Yeah, chill lang
Ay
sila.
nako, ay nako. Direct, maraming salamat. Thank you guys. Good luck.
Salamat,
in your
MJ.
movie.
Thank you
Salamat.
so much po.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, MJ. Let's now go to Irvin Santiago from Bandera. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Kay Direk po, sorry pa wala po akong video.
It's okay.
Mahirap yung net, ayan. Kay
Go ahead,
Direk,
Irvin.
Direk Eric, ayan, ito po. Ano yung mga challenges na hinarap po ninyo while filming the movie, lalo na po ngayong pandemic?
Well, if we were to talk about the pandemic muna, we had trouble when we decided, when Globe Studios, Reality, and Regal decided that we will produce this. The first thought was to go back to where we shoot comfortably, which was Baguio. Last year, I shot one film there. I just finished one for HBO just a few weeks back. So we thought we could just easily go back. But it was at the time that the Team Yap incident happened. So it was quite difficult to get into Baguio. So we were ready to cancel Baguio and look for another setting to put the movie in. But then eventually it died down and we got permits for several towns in Baguio where we could shoot them. So that's one. And of course, the kind of testing that we had to do, because there are some crowd scenes, we made use of Baguio people. We tested all of them. We had a party scene, we had office scenes. So lahat yun would entail PCR tests for everybody. But mainly, creatively, while shooting the movie, I think the main challenge was I was groping in the dark because I was relying on my cast to give a full picture of the kind of generation that they are. I think they're the cross-section of the generation that I wanted to talk about in the film. Meaning, I had all these ideas based on the research that I made over the last 2019, 2020. But on set, I had to rely on them to ask them, would you grab his hand? Would you kiss him here immediately, or would you I needed a more real reaction to certain situations that I just wanted to get out of my actors, applying it to their characters. I think yun yung pinakamahirap. I think this is the movie. By bus, I know how a drug dealer kills a policeman, or how a policeman goes into a raid. Alam ko na yon. On the job, alam ko na yon. Mga killers coming out of prison, alam ko how they would react when they get angry. Surprisingly, in A Girl and a Guy, the tough part is really understanding the psychology of this generation. And ang laki ng hiningi ko sa actors for asking them to handhold me in how I would depict each of their characters. And sobrang ganda ng nuance. I love it.
And thank you, Direk. Last na lang po. Ano po yung pwede niyong ibigay na message sa lahat po ng mga mangnenega sa pelikula nyo, lalo na po yung mga moralista, Direk?
Well, we are the age of social media made us all film critics, judgers, no? 'Di ba? Mahilig tayong mag-judge. Wala pa tayong napapanood. Ay, pangit 'yan. Ay, ba't ganyan? Ay ba't pag gumawa si Direk Eric ng ganyan? 'Di ba? Nagugutom na siguro 'yan. Nagugutom din ako lagi. Pero but I want people to give this a chance. I want people to I know we're talking to a certain age bracket, but even people who don't understand this generation should really be the ones to be watching it. The parents, the teachers, because it's best that you know who you're dealing with. Kung gaano kasakit ng ulo itong generation na to, at kung gaano din sila ka-lost. No? Hindi lang sila nega. Kung gaano rin sila you'd feel for them, you'd respect how confused they are. And more than them understanding themselves, I think everyone else who has a set of principles and scruples should also give this movie a chance and watch it and understand it for what it is. Because I think if there are no real actors here, I think this could be a documentary because it's made to look like a documentary. Yung nakikita niyo sa trailer is just the tip of the iceberg. I can't show too much, but my problem is I can't also tell you how different the movie is in general, kung gaano siya kalawak, kung gaano kalalim, kung gaano ka expansive yung diniscuss niya about the generation. It all looks like, it's just people fucking each other, or it's people getting pissed at each other or meeting each other. It's beyond that. And I hope you get the chance to see it. I can't wait to show it to you guys.
Thank you, Direk. Thank you po. Good luck po sa
Salamat.
movie.
Thank you, Irvin. I would like to remind the cast to mute themselves po habang hindi pa tayo natatanong. Let's now proceed to Miss Lea Salterio from ABS-CBN Entertainment Online.
Hi, good afternoon, Direk.
Hi, Lea. Nandito ka na
Hi.
pala? Nasa ABS ka na?
Magkapit-bahay lang tayo.
Oo nga.
No, working from home.
Okay. Magkapit-bahay din tayo dyan.
Yes, magkapit-bahay nga tayo. Anyway, Direk, I don't know if you talked about this before. Did the cast have to go through an audition process before they were given the respective roles in this film? And how responsive were they when you offered them the roles that they were playing respectively?
Well, in terms of audition, we knew we wanted an ensemble movie, no, guided by a girl and a guy, but generally it's really an ensemble piece. So the first requirement I had was I wanted everyone to look different from each other. Now, if it's a cross section of girls, then what kind of a girl? Sultry, nice looking, meron ding matapang yung mukha, medyo charming, medyo supladita. I wanted a cross section, also with the guys the same. So I went through a long audition process, mostly in batches of men and women, and matagal siyang mga kwento-kwentuhan, no? I think I've gotten old and I didn't want to deal with yung parang ang haba na ng latag mo and then you end up with someone saying no. So nilalatag ko na kaagad, okay? This movie requires nudity
Mhm.
And are you ready for it? That's the first question. Now, some people would ask, what can be seen, direct? What can what can the audience see? And I said, you just have to leave it up to me. That
Nila, well, they on point talaga.
because I don't want to go on a set and pag binlock ko na, ay, dapat pala hindi ko makita yung puwet niya. Paano kaya to? Dapat nakahiga na lang siya. I don't want to get in a situation where I have to adjust what I have in mind in favor of what was pre-approved by someone else, by a manager, by the actor, or by the studio that enlists the actor, di ba? So I wanted to be clear on that. Then after that, we go into assigning characters for them. A lot of them here have, at the beginning of the auditions, nakikita ko for 2 or 3 roles. And then we slowly lipat-lipat, kung dito ka kaya, kung dito ka. Until we ended up with a good mix of cast, no? For them, for the movie.
Direct, wala ka bang naging problem along the way, like with the actors while shooting, while filming?
Alam mo, ako na nga nagugulat kasi siyempre I did Scorpionites 2. For Joyce Jimenez, I did for Rica Peralejo, I did for Sunshine Cruz, with Maureen Larrazabal. I mean, I had a lot of actors. I had a lot of movies where there's nudity. And the kind of tension when you get to the set is really, really hard. No? More than somebody jumping off the roof of a 7-foot building. 7-story building. Mas mahirap pa yung starting a sex scene, no? Pag ikaw director. There's a lot of things you need to think about. You want people to be in their right minds. Ayaw mo ma-tense si mga tao. Ayaw mo ma-conscious, di ba? But here, I'm surprised at how ready the cast is with the movie, with what's required of them. And yun talaga impressed ako because I wanted to get in a situation where I get to work and it's just about work. Diba? Trabaho lang. No? There's nudity. Okay, let's take off our clothes. Okay, put towels on them. Let's get ready. This is how it's gonna be done. I'm gonna block it. Okay, and now let's take it. Alam mo yun, yung ang laking bagay na hindi ka natitense or nag-excuse me sa lahat. Excuse, di ba? Na para lang maging komportable lahat. When you have actors who are ready and committed to their roles, ang laking bagay na nagtatrabaho lang kayo together, no? What do you want me to do, direct? Shouldn't I be doing this? Shouldn't I? You'd get more suggestions from them because everyone's in a good place, no? Right before the cameras roll. So ito, ang laki ng learning ko dito. I've worked with a lot of people since year 2000, but this is the group of people na parang open my mind to, okay, ganito pala ka-relax kung everyone is just there to do the job.
All right. Thanks, Direk. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miss Leia. Let's now go to Sir Gorgie Rula from DZRH and Filipino Star ngayon. Hi, Sir Gorgie.
Wait lang. Ayan. Hello, Direk.
Hi, Gorgs.
Kumusta na, Direk?
I'm good. Happy.
Direk, anong feeling mo, anong reaction mo pag sinasabi ng iba na parang soft porn itong pelikulang ito?
Well, they can describe it until they see it, di ba? I ask that they see it. I think they owe it to the actors, no? And we also took a long thought on the kind of nudity that we have in the movie, at how matter of fact the whole thing is. Nothing is gratuitous, no. I think in the Me Too movement now, I think we're quite clear about we're not just gonna show the male gaze, the female body only, but to do it across the board, to be fair to everyone, no? And before this, alam mo naman kung gaano kahirap, no? To do that. Here, we were liberated. We did what has to be done based on the script. Whether it's a male or a female that goes into it. Pero of course, ready naman ako. I think I've never done a movie that didn't get that wasn't polarizing, na hindi hati yung mga tao, no? Some people didn't like the violence of Baybast. Some people found my other movies na hindi rin nila gusto, di ba? Kanya-kanya. But I'm hoping that they all give this a chance. That they see it for what it tries to talk about the present generation. And we're pretty proud of this.
And may mga reaction ng ilang mga filmmakers, I don't know if you're aware of this, na dahil nga wala pa hong mga sinihan at digital pa lang, yun na nga sabi nila, karamihan sa, parang nakaka-disappoint lang daw na karamihan sa mga pinapalabas sa digital, sa mga ganong apps, sa streaming sites ay parang soft porn na. Since hindi kontrolado na.
Parang wala pa naman. I think kami lang nga yung pinakauna siguro na ganito katapang, no?
Talaga.
Except the BL. Ang BL hindi ko alam because hindi ko napapanood. Pero I think the BL is the one that's
mga ano rin direct mga sexy yung mga ginawa sa Viva Max kasi direct, di ba? Yung mga may mga sexy na mga stars din, mga AJ Rabal, sina Sunshine Gilmari, ay parang mga ano din, ganun ka-sexy din, katun din katapang yung mga pelikula nila.
Baka hindi kasing tapang nito.
Talaga.
Baka hindi kasing tapang nito. Sorry.
Okay, sige natin.
Parang hindi ko matatanggap na kahilera lang ng pelikula ko yung ganon katapang na pelikula.
Sige, direct. Thank you. At to all the cast, sa mga bagets, curious na ako kasi parang iba na kanina nung nag-uusap kayo, parang iba na talaga yung language ninyo. Sa generation ninyo, yung Generation Z ba na tawag doon? Sa generation ninyo, sa relationship ba sa inyo, importante talaga ang sex?
Sige. Unahin nating tanungin yan kay Alexa. Alexa.
Alexa, okay.
Sabi ko na nafe-feel ko na ako yung unang tatanungin. Hi, Direk, and thank you po for that question. Honestly, well, you would think if you ask anyone that sex is important. I, as a person, I am not, the type of girl who always asks for it. But something I learned in my previous relationship is it's not about whether you're that type of person na mahilig ka sa sex. It's about whether you have that kind of legitimate love for each other, that kind of connection, and how you show your appreciation for each other. And when that is clear-cut and you don't doubt your worth or how much he loves you and how much he adores you, I think sex is just natural then. Hindi na siya pilit. Wala nang pressure, wala nang nagtatanong. Everything is just natural and it's an act of love. So yeah, I think it is important. It's very important.
But also, Gorg, before
Direk.
someone else answers it, Gorgie, sex is a beautiful thing.
Yes, very, very much.
Ako mahilig ako sa sex. So,
Sabi ko na eh.
Parang
halata naman direct. Halata.
Ano?
Halata.
Loko ka. Sex is a beautiful thing. I think there's a voiceover of Rob and Alexa in the movie that talks about dati mga nanay tatay natin, 'di ba? Pinaniwala tayo, love muna bago sex. 'Di ba? Pero paano yun kung hindi pala masaya yung sex?
Yeah.
Pagkatapos ng love. So, ngayon, parang ang present generation, sex muna. Pag okay tayo sa sex, tsaka na tayo mag-usap ng malalim.
Wait, direct.
Ganon?
Let me explain ako. Let me explain.
Ha? Ganon!
Ba? Kailangan talaga.
So, Gordy, panoorin niyo yung pelikula.
Dapat kaya
ano ng mindset. And the tough part was, I should be making this movie without judgment. Yan yung pinakamahirap. Hindi ako mangangaral. Hindi ko ginawa to para ikwento yung tungkol sa generation na to, tapos pangaralan sila. No. I had to present a story where I'm just following where this generation will lead me.
Na talagang nangyayari na ngayon.
Okay, can we just clarify po? It's not just the act of sex po. Actually, it's actually very biological for a species to survive, di ba? Kaya nga tayo nandito kasi yung magulang natin nag-sex. Diba? I don't understand why.
Wow.
Tayo umabot sa ganun ka-scientific, Candice. Kundi siguro...
Pero Tito George, di ba? Parang nawawala pa sila, nawawala yung pagkatabu niya pag inisip mo na, wait lang, yung parents ko nag-sex, kaya ako nandito. So, mas nagiging acceptable behavior siya, di ba?
Relationship, what I mean is parang sa relationship natin, since yun na nga, na-express natin talaga yung love. Dahil nga, may love making, di ba? So yun na nga yung sex. Kasi yun ang tinatanong ko lang na sa relasyon ba kailangan talaga or pag nakakapanghinayang ba na nag-break kayo pero walang may nangyari sa inyo?
Basic lang sa to, George.
I think it really depends on the
hierarchy of needs for neediness.
Yes, direct.
Pag nabuntis ka, love making tawag doon. Pag hindi ka nabuntis, fucking ang tawag.
Hindi ganon, direct.
Labas.
Hindi ganon.
Hindi labas maraming nangyayari anyway, sino bang pwedeng magsumagot?
Yes, sir. It's very important.
Very important.
Maski wala kayo relationship.
Sarah.
I'd like to say, for me personally, I'm very open to getting to know the person, and then I think sex is very important because that's a different language where you guys can communicate in a certain level. I'm not saying that everyone in our generation does it, because there are some people who keep it to themselves and who understand that some people aren't ready, but it's just that mutual connection, that mutual understanding where you guys have that intimate conversation with everything. And I think it's very important for me personally. I'm not saying that everybody has it, but for me, it is very important to have that connection with someone. Because if we don't have that connection first, parang medyo, paano tayo mag-uusap? I don't know, for me lang
Pero Sarah, yes, for Sarah, your parents are open to that. Na okay lang sa kanila, na ang anak nila...
I'm open.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm open with my mom about it.
Okay.
Of course, she's a very traditional woman. She's Filipino, but I also grew up with my dad, who is an American, and I grew up in the culture of being liberated, in a way, in a sense as well. So I kind of had both sides, and I saw what I can gain. I still have my morals as a Filipina. I'm proud to be Filipina, but I also take my liberated American genes and put it together. And I think it's just like a really great balance for me as a person and as someone who is sexually active in relationships. And I do talk to my mom about it. I'm honest with her. She doesn't. She I'm sure she has her own opinions. Of course she does, but she respects my decision because I do tell her and I am open about it.
Okay. Good. Yes, next. Sino pong susunod? May masasabihin pa?
Who else who wanted to answer? Rosh?
Kanina si Rob, merong gustong sabihin.
Rob, meron ka daw gustong isundot
Yes,
na sagot.
we want to hear what the boys think.
Meron ka gustong baka pwede ka nang sumundot.
Nakapatay mic mo, Rob.
Oh, okay. Hi. I think it's very important. Very. Maski wala kayong relationship.
Ganon.
Wow.
Wait. Wait.
Diba? Tama ako,
Sino
diba?
ba yung ganon? Sino ba yung
Regular na
ganon?
sa'yo yan, Rob. Regular na sa'yo yan.
Lumalabas po
Sabi mo
yung
kahit
totoo,
walang-
no? Lumalabas po yung totoo kay
Rob,
Rob
sagutin
na di
mo.
bali na pong walang relationship, basta may sex, no?
Pare-pareho lang naman tayo.
It really just depends on the person, I guess.
It's very
It really
important,
does
sir.
depend on
What
the
do you
person.
boys think? Sean, what do y'all think?
Ton.
Important,
Ross.
diba? Roshan.
Depende pa rin sa tao. Merong mga tao na mas gusto na may sex and meron naman na okay na sa walang sex. So, respect lang din kung ano.
Depends on the person.
Ako, depende rin siguro sa partner. Siyempre, respect din sa partner mo.
Sean, ikaw.
Ako naman, I believe that sex is important sa relationship as long as nasa right timing. And of
Right.
course, parehong gusto ng both parties.
Sisingit lang po ako, ha?
Go,
Very,
Alexa.
singit lang po ako. Very different yan sa character mo sa film, ha?
Girl and a guy, June 25th.
Oy, spoiler.
Yes, Tito Gorgie.
Okay na. Kung meron pa, wala nang sasagot. Okay na ako. Thank you.
Thank you, Tito
Thank
Gorgie.
you. Thank you po.
Let's now go to Miss
Bart.
Kate at the heart of Random Republica. Miss Kate, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. My question is for Alexa and Rob. Kasi kilala si Direk Matti sa ganito mga klase ng pelikula. Pero how would you describe his approach in directing the intimate or daring scenes? How much freedom was given to you?
All of it. All of the freedom. We were, he gave us the chance to display how we would do it. And then he instructed us on some parts, choreographed everything. So, and he's very fun to work with. So it just makes it a lot easier for us both. Alexa.
Well, si Direk Eric po, first and foremost, before everything started, even as he, gave me the role po, sinabihan niya na po ako what the movie would entail, if I was willing to do it. And then he briefed everyone. He told everyone that this is my idea. This is what I want to show. And I don't want to be super careful about everything. I want to tell it as it is. I want it to be, super, super true to life. And that's what happened po with every sensual scene that we took. Of course, as co-actors, we took care of each other. And a few of the crew members were also instructed to leave the room para comfortable kami. Pero lahat po kami kasi sobrang dedicated din po sa role namin and sa story that it was very free. Yes. Tama si Rob na free po mag-direct si Direk Eric Matti, and we were free to show how it is in real life, how we do it in real life, and it's just beautiful.
Thank you. And for Direk, what did you appreciate the most about working with these fresh talents?
I've worked with a lot of young actors, and a lot of times a lot of them are quite conscious of how they'll eventually come out in the movie. Maraming arte. Matutulog na lang, may double eyelashes pa sa mata kasi ayaw tanggalin. Diba? Matutulog na lang, naka-lipstick. Diba? I think the trust that I got from the commitment and the trust I got from this bunch of actors is really, really parang heartwarming for me. Ang sarap lang na you're working with someone who puts their full trust on you, but at the same time, that full trust, parang the burden also is to use the trust well, no? Na that when they see the final product, they say, yeah, it was worth it. It was worth all the commitment that we gave. Ang maganda nga dito sa bunch of people is because they know the characters too well. I think the way it's written, even if it's written by somebody like me, who's 50 years old, the writer is the Ange Pisumal is mid-30s, pero it sort of revealed the kind of inner workings of a generation. Ang ganda lang mapanood na, okay, this is how we look at our children, our kids, but in their own world, they have a separate way of doing things. Iba yung operating mode nila, no? There are several scenes nga that we did where a lot of it, I asked, there's one scene with with Roshan and Alexa na hirap kami edit kasi when I gave them the chance, I said, okay, here's the script, but in order for the fight to be authentic, can you just go with the flow and say whatever you want? And I ended up with so much material na ang hirap paiksiin ng eksena. No? That's in the opening of the movie. And imagine this, no? When you have the liberty to tell a story, a private moment, na hindi mo iniisip na isi-censor ba yan, kailangan bawasan, ganon. It's a scene where si Roshan and si Alexa nag-away while they were in the middle of a lovemaking. So imaginein mo, half of the conversation, both of them were undressed. But they had to talk like, because they're boyfriend girlfriend, so you don't need to hide yourself while you're talking to your boyfriend, di ba? For Roshan or for Alexa. So parang ang ganda lang to bring it out on film where all these years kinakalculate natin lagi na ay dapat nagsuot na siya ng damit, dapat alam mo yon, but in real life she wouldn't have or he wouldn't have. 'Di ba? Kasi hindi lang naman masakit sa babae magubad, ang lalaki masakit din sa lalaki magubad, 'di ba? Hindi rin ganun ka-comfortable in front of other people. So I'm always saying it's both the male and the female, and they're half undressed, they're going into an argument, and at first I thought, ang ina, ubra ba to? Baka mamaya matawa yung mga tao or maguluhan or 'di ba? And it worked. It really worked. Ang ganda niya. No? But if I were the judgmental director, I would have kept her pagkatapos ng nang nag-away na sila sa lovemaking, pinasuot ko na siya ng damit kaagad para lang mag-conversation siya na nakadamit, di ba? Yun.
Thank you po. Thank you and good luck. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Kit. Let's now go to Bernie Franco from PEP. Hi, Bernie.
Hi. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Bernie.
Yes, thank you, Mark. My first question kay Candice, sabi niya kanina, di ba, she did this movie pero she's afraid na baka it may compromise her parang yung journey niya as a beauty queen. Because of this one project, Candice, do you think it's all worth it na baka maapektuhan yung pageant journey mo?
I think, sir, thank you for the question. I think my life in pageantry is done. I think I've had enough of the glam and the being fully made up in front of the crowd. I think it's time to really strip it off and show the story of our lives now, not just this generation, but somehow I understand also na merong older generation who are also doing the things that we are doing now, and I just want that to be this to be subject to a lot of conversations that we could do online po these days.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you po.
My next question kay Direk Eric. Direk, itanong ko lang kasi.
Hello.
Yes, Direk.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Direk. Direk, kasi parang no doubt na in Filipino cinema, there is a saying that says sex sells. And this movie kasi, di ba, open naman kayo na sinasabi nyo na marami siyang ganong scenes. ano yung comment niyo dun sa sinasabi na may mga filmmakers na itinatago lang yung or itinatago yung pelikula dun sa paggawa ng mga sex scenes?
I don't know about them, no, but I don't make a movie. I don't make a movie just for the sake of doing something, no. I think siguro parang napakita ko na naman na hindi naman ako gumagawa ng kahit ano lang, no. And of course, I want people to trust the kind of work that we put out. And I'm hoping that they look at it beyond than just gusto lang nila magbenta ng sex, no? Because they can always get sex on the porn sites. Libre naman 'yun, 'di ba? Ang pinaka-importante, ano ba 'yung kwento? Ano bang gustong sabihin? 'Yun, I think doon na ako. I trust that people can see it through that lens, no? Pero siyempre, before nila mapanood, siyempre maraming kuro-kuro, hindi ko na ma-control. And as much as pwede rin uminit ang ulo ko, pero hindi ko naisipin muna, di ba? Yan.
Well said, Direk. Direk, last question. 3 words to describe the movie.
I think when we decided to do Upstream Originals, we wanted, and tayo, di ba, we were getting by. Yun yung pinaka-malungkot sa industriya natin. We were getting by. Meaning, parang kung ano lang, uy, pasalamat na lang tayo, ayan no, gumawa tayo Zoom movie. Wala yan lang kaya namin gawin eh. Di ba? I hope that with this movie, A Girl and a Guy, di ba, that challenge all the challenges this pandemic gave us, no? Doing a movie with several characters na hindi lang limited to dalawa, 'di ba? In the wanting to survive this pandemic as an industry, 'di ba? I'm hoping that this should be a punch in the gut. Yung parang mabuhayan naman tayo, parang resuscitate naman tayo na merong matapang, merong in your face na movie na ginawa na hindi lang parang nanggigilid-gilid dahil pandemic, di ba? Yung parang ito, we went out and did a movie despite of the difficulties of making the movie. And I think that's something everyone should, in the industry, should look into and say, let's support this, let's watch this. We need a punch in the gut. Eh. Kailangan natin mabuhay, yung industriya, kailangan magising ulit. Diba? And pwede namang tingnan nila na hindi ito yun, pero sa tingin namin, kami, gusto namin, ito yung offer namin. Diba? Na kahit gaano kahirap gumawa ng pelikula ngayon, ito gumawa kami. Young, fresh, energetic, dynamic, hindi siya yung parang lungkot-lungkutan, naglalakad mag-isa sa forest, kasi pandemic, isa lang yung pwedeng kayang palakarin. Alam mo yun? we challenged ourselves, di ba?
Okay. Well said, Direk. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernie. Now let's go to Kiko Escuadro from push.com. Hi, Kiko. Kiko? I think wala pa si Kiko. Mukhang nawala si Kiko. Okay, let's now proceed to Nas Tabares from Pelikula Mania. Hi, Nas. Nas, we can't hear you, Nas. Nas? Hello? Hello? Nas, we can't hear you. Wala pa rin. Sige, babalikan kita in just a bit. Papalun muna ako ulit kay Albert Abelido from Chicanes Avenue. Hi, Albert.
Hey! Mabuhay!
Hello!
Congratulations! for the new movie. Ayan. So, na-excite ako kasi parang feeling ko nakaka-relate ako sa movie. Ayan, medyo swipe-swipe din ang drama ko sa buhay. Anyways, yung first question ko is for Alexa. Dear, parang somehow this movie has parang introduced you to a realm where parang bago sa iyo, 'di ba? Parang na bago sa iyo in terms of how dating is going on. Yung mga bagay. Now na parang na in-immerse mo yung sarili mo on that character, is it something na you would really want to explore?
Oh, wow. Thank you. That is yet another question na I haven't been asked before. Thank you po. To be honest with you, as a millennial, I have been introduced to this kind of idea, like how we date in real life, and I've done it once. I've done it once in my life. My first ever boyfriend po, I met through Tinder. And yes po, you wouldn't expect to, I wouldn't have expected to form actual relationships, long-lasting relationships through these dating sites kasi meron tayong stigma na parang the dating apps are just for hookups, for one-night stands. But I actually formed a relationship out of it. It may not have worked out, but I learned a lot from it. And I think that there is nothing wrong with, our generation trying to find what they're looking for in whatever means possible. Yeah.
O, di ba? At least, di ba, na
you can relate naman din, di ba?
pero like, from the experience you had, feeling mo ba, is it still worth pursuing love on those kind of apps?
I think, yeah, for sure. If I don't think that you should focus on just the dating apps alone because it's so much better to find in real life, in my opinion. But there's also definitely nothing wrong with you finding love there. Nothing wrong. So I think there is no one direction to go about it. You do you find love, you find yourself, whichever way you want.
Okay. Yeah, and last question ko sa you, dear.
Yes, thank you.
With that kind of like perspective, paano mo ngayon i-assess yung character mo?
Ano po? Sorry?
With that kind of perspective on love, etc., ganyan, how do you want to look at your character?
With with that kind of experience, how do I want to look at my character? Well, my character is pretty much 90% of who I am in real life. Everything that she went through in the film, I went through in real life. So how do I assess her? She's very true to me. She is 200% when it comes to love, when it comes to exploring also. Throughout that journey of finding yourself, you stumble upon these experiments. You try to be fluid, you try to go on dating apps, you try these not expected to be one-night stands, but it happens. It happens, and it's just so true to who I am, and I am proud of Fiona as a character, and I think that most of the women who are going to watch this film will relate to Fiona as well. I'm proud of her because I'm proud of who I am too.
Shikanes, you're on mute po. Albert, you're on mute. Naka-mute ka.
Ay, sorry.
Yes, you were saying?
Yeah, thank you. And then we look forward to have that same kind of reception on your character, that sense of pride. Ganyan.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy. Thank you so much po. Maraming salamat.
And yung last set of set for Rob. Hi, Rob.
Hi po. Kumusta, sir?
Taka lang, parang sinur ba kita dahil naging estudyante? Sinur mo ba ako dahil naging estudyante ka? Hindi kasi earlier I was surprised nung in-introduce ka, sabi you're from Saint Benilde and then you're taking up export.
I heard that, sir. I heard you're an accounting prof.
Yeah, nagtuturo nga ako sa Benilde. Yes, and export
Feeling ko
management
po
ng mga
nakita ko na po kayo dati. Feeling ko po.
sabi ko, naging estudyante ko ba to? Parang hindi ko lang maalala. Anyways, I
Parang
congratulate.
hindi pa na estudyante.
Okay. Congratulations, Rob, with your movie. Ayan. So, prior to that, kasi di ba Binild has also like parang di ba parang they have parang school of yung mga taking courses on film, etc. related to that. Since dito ka rin naman pala napunta, why is it na parang hindi yun yung naging direction mo with regards to your studies?
Well, honestly, sir, it's been... Ngayon ko lang naman siya na-consider talaga kasi I was more focused on sports and I had to finish school. So, the timing wasn't right, or if ever I had the chance, I didn't take it. But now I am very intrigued, like with my director. He's very skilled. He knows everything. And right now I've been inspiring myself to write a script, to make a YouTube channel, make a small skits, silent movies, just on my phone lang, editing on my app. So I appreciate film ever since when I was a kid. But then yun nga po, I never thought I'd be in one, but I would love to be in a lot now.
Okay. Good. That's good to hear. And yung next question ko is, like, personally, would you fall for the character of your leading lady?
My role po?
Hindi. You as Rob, would you fall for someone like the character of your leading lady?
Yes. She's a very strong woman. She's driven, kind of lost like everyone else, but driven. She's inspiring. Even the actress.
Ay, taray ha.
Magaling na actress po si Alexa, na hinahangaan ko po siya. Lahat sila dito
Maraming
ngayon.
sana. Kung may pambobola naman talaga. Saan mo gustong kumain mamaya?
Dito ba tayo mamaya? Bukas na lang.
Thank you for that, Rob. Nako, marami po kaming natutunan sa isa't isa ni Rob talaga. And this is something I always want to say in our press cons, that Raph and Fiona in the film is pretty much Rob and Alexa in real life. It's so nice to say that because it's so true. And I'm so excited for you guys to watch the film. Yeah.
And yung last question ko, Rob, is, kasi di ba, yun na nga, parang your newbies, kayo ni Alexa, and then parang, at isinabak kayo agad sa isang movie na sa matapang with regards to, not only with the views, but also with yung physical intimacy and everything, ganyan. How was it executing for both of you? Nabaguhan kayo at ganun yung mga klaseng eksena na gagawin ninyo?
Well, syempre po hindi mo siya makikita sa lahat ng pelikula. Iba din yung atake ng director namin. Iba din yung mabibigay namin. So that set us way different already. But, all along, I thought it's a great film. It was really well done.
Mm-hmm. Sa'yo, Alexa, paano pala yun? Parang ito unang sabak sa pelikula, ganito agad yung mga eksenang gagawin. At ang kapareho mo pabaguhan din.
That's a really, really good question din po. And yun nga, napakatapang po ng pelikula namin. Parang I'm not sure if most of the filmmakers would want to produce films like this because yun nga, karamihan po sa mga pinapakita nating romance films is very, very careful. They focus on like the emotions and the drama. But you see, it was very inspiring to be presented with a story that is super, super close to life. And yun nga, sabi din ni Direk Eric kanina na sana maging open na tayo na ipakita kung paano siya nangyayari sa totoong buhay. And that was very inspiring for me. I instantly fell in love with the film and I knew what kind of actress I wanted to become and be known for. Fearless. And so yeah, it's definitely all worth it. It's definitely all worth it. And we have a voice that we want you guys to hear. We have we have an intent of why we're making this film, and it's gonna be evident when you guys watch it.
Go girl! I love that. Fearless.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to both of you, Alexa and Rob, and I'm wishing all the best for your movie. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Much love.
Albert.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mom.
Thank you. Bago tayo magpatuloy sa ating kwentuhan, let's bring in an international social media hottie na part din ng cast. A familiar face in a lot of billboards and print ads all the way from Spain. Te presento Diego, Mr. Emilio Francisco. Hola, Emilio.
Hi guys, how are you doing?
Hi, Emilio. How are you?
I'm good.
Probably
Nice.
my question, since you've been doing a lot of advertising and print ads already, why did you decide to jump on mainstream entertainment?
I think since I was 16 years old, I didn't know what I was gonna do when I was older. So I was like, I started modeling, and then modeling carried me on acting, like TV commercials, teleseries, and things like that. And then I got the opportunity to be on this movie, and I really love it because it's really what's happening nowadays, what you guys been talking about. And I'm really excited for you guys to see what's gonna, well, let me explain better. As Eric Matti was saying, the industry here in the Philippines is really like close. Sorry for saying this, close-minded. And this movie will be like a really like open mind thing that you guys will be really like, wow, it's gonna be different as everything that is showing in the TV nowadays in the Philippines. So yeah, I'm really happy to be part of this. And I got to meet everybody in the cast, and they're really like what the character is really showing. I don't know if this is the question you asked me, but I'm just talking something. Yeah, I really love it. And happy to be in this industry of the movie and thing, and we'll keep it up. Yeah,
Yes.
hope that answer.
Thank you, Emilio. Let's now go to Jojo Panaligan. Hi, Jojo.
Hi. Sorry, I can't turn on my camera. There's a problem. Anyway, ang question ko to all the male actors, or maybe just one male actor. Kasi I heard, I mean, you've been saying all this time na napaka-daring na movie, but I heard na sobrang daring nitong movie na to na may close-up down ng male genital. Is that true? Meron ba sa inyong aamin na kayo nga ang gumawa sa scene na yun? And how did that feel?
Direct edit?
Direct, ikaw na lang po.
Direct, pwede ba nila
Direct have,
Aminin,
na-stuck po kami
aminin
huwag
namin-
magsalita,
aminin
ikaw
namin
na po
may close
bahala.
up, pero hindi namin sabihin kung kanino.
Okay. Para panoodin.
Ganun po siya, boing, ganon. So, watch out for the boing.
Wow, so masigit pa to sa fangirl ni Paolo Avellino.
Hulaan na lang po, sir, kung kanino siya.
Pero direct, sige. Since sinabi nyo naman na meron, how did you present that idea dun sa actor na yon? And how did he take it? How were you able to convince him?
Again, I think without hindi ko gagasgasin yung tiwala, di ba? Pero sinabi ko talaga, that's what I need for the scene. So if the actor said no, then I would have just gone on to the next actor, di ba?
So hindi talaga
and found someone who would do that. No? Yon. But I think again in the wanting to tell a story and how graphic it is, if you look at the context of the scene, kung gaano siya ka-graphic, I think you would also react na parang gulat na gulat, because that's what I really want na reaction from everybody who's gonna see it, because it comes at a scene where you least expect it. And with the music that I put there, mas lalo mo pang hindi expect na may tatambad talaga yung word eh. May
kontrabando lang direct.
may magtatambad na ganong eroplano dun sa eksena, di ba? Ganong katulis na eroplano sa mukha ni Alexa Miro. So
Hindi
yun.
na nga po ako
So,
nagsasalita eh, pero sobrang
ah,
boring talaga siya. So,
So,
woo!
so
Yung
Alexa,
yung nararamdaman ko sa film, yun yung mararamdaman ng audience for sure.
so Alexa, paano ka nag-prepare dun sa scene na yun na alam mong may tatamba that it's a very, shall we say, titillating scene?
Hindi po siya
nagtulog-tulugan.
titillating. Nagulat
Nagtulog-tulugan.
po ako. Kahit na alam ko po kung ano yung mangyayari, parang nakailang take nga po ako dun sa sobrang gulat ko. Kasi talagang, so, I was surprised every single take, pero it was a very fun scene to take, for sure. Yeah.
Thanks. Pero Direk, on a more serious note, would you feel bad if ang maging focus ng mga manonood nito ay yung scene na yon, if that's the only thing they'll remember or they'll talk about the movie?
No, I'm ready. I think judging from also the questions that we're getting, because no one has seen the film yet, di ba? I would understand if people would just focus on how much skin we showed, di ba? But I want everyone, not just the press, but I want everyone who will be there to watch it to open their minds beyond the skin that we're showing. Di ba? Kasi nga, it goes beyond that eh. It goes beyond that. And pag nakita nyo yung lahat ng nudity na yan, not just with people, nudity with animals as well, that you're gonna see in the movie, may isip mo kung bakit ganun siya katapang.
Tama.
And it's to frame this generation in a certain way. No?
Right. Ang huling question ko direct sa inyo, did you try na ilapit itong mga roles na to more established actors? I asked this kasi recently nagkaroon ng minor controversy about that movie 13 na parang bakit daw nilapit sa more established actors imbis na sa voice actors, pero kasi ang dahilan nga daw ng producers gusto nilang mas mag-generate ng interest yung movie, pero kayo baligtad ang inaano nyo mga fresh actors when I know walang tatanggi sa inyong established actors. So bakit ganon?
Imagine this. I wrote a post a week ago what this movie is about, contextualizing it. I think if you look at Breakfast Club, Reality Bites, The Big Chill, yung mga movies na yan about a certain generation, di ba? Even you can consider Friends, no? You cannot stage a movie about an ensemble piece where there's popular faces immediately holding the story, handling the story, kasi it sends off the wrong signal. I think the more varied the faces are, the more that they look like every other woman or man you see on the street is so much better for the story. Diba? Si Breakfast Club, sina Ali Sheedy, wala pang nakakakilala noon. There were 6 of them. Reality Bites, yung Reality Bites ni Winona Ryder, wala pa sila noon. Diba? Bagitong-bagito pa si Ben Stiller noon and si Eric Stoltz. The previous movie of Eric Stoltz was Only Some Kind of Wonderful, and that was that. No? Because they wanted an everyman in all the characters na hindi ma-overshadow ng celebrity status ng bida. No? And that's what I wanted. I wanted fresh faces. I wanted faces na wala kayong impression about them. Na, ganito yan. Kwan yan. Di ba, ex yan ni ganitong artista? Di ba, kwan yan? Na pinalabas yan sa bar kasi nagwala doon. Di ba, nanay? Alam mo yun, ayoko ng ganong baggage doon sa mga artista ko. I wanted them to come in really fresh. And for people to identify themselves with any of them. Pag napanood nila, feeling ko ako si Chloe. Feeling ko ako si Pawi. Feeling ko ako si Carlo. 'Di ba? Hindi nila kailangan na gusto ko maging Julia Barreto. Iba na 'yun. 'Di ba?
Tama. But what is your opinion on the notion of concern dun sa bankability ng actors? Are we
Concern
too
sa, sorry?
are we too focused on the bankability of actors?
In general?
In general.
Ako, I'm not the guy to shy away from that, no? I'm fine with that. I saw the issue with 13 and I understand both sides, no? Yes, people would want na ang mag-dub totoong dubber, but also I would understand people who produce 13 to have a strong recall by giving the voice of 13 to a big star. And alam mo, yung intention lang naman ng bawat filmmaker is to make a movie where as many people can see it. And however you get it, I'm there. Because I don't want to make a movie where I only show it to my brothers and sisters.
Tama. Thank you, Direk.
Thank you, Jojo. Let's now go back to Naz of Pelikula Mania. Naz?
Hello? Hi. Hello.
Yes,
Yes.
I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Sa cast, what was your initial reaction nung nabasa niyo yung script? Anyone can answer.
Carlo? You mind answering that question? Yeah.
Sir Nas, kamusta? Initially, nung nakita ko yung script, parang sabi ko, sinulat yata ito para sa akin. So, sabi ko, game na to. I mean, naghihintay na, bakit sumabasa yung script, naghihintay na lang ako kung kailan tatawagin, papakit nito Baguio, and shoot. So, yun.
How about you, Chloe?
Hello po, Sir Nas. Nung first time ko nabasa yung script, nabasa ko siya first time the day itself na mag-shoot na shooting day ko. Nung nabasa ko siya, parang I wanted to add my own thing, my own style, my own interpretation. Parang ganon. So, with Direct Eric Matti, parang he gave us the total freedom to like interpret it the way we want to. And yung nga, same with Carlo na parang siyang sinulat for me talaga. Parang hindi ako, parang I'm Kath and I'm acting as Chloe. Parang ganun level. So, ayun.
These two, if I may interject, these two, sobrang revelation yung dalawang to. Si Chloe, isipin mo, wala yan sa script ko na maging gymnast siya, pero ngayon, inintroduce ko na siya doon sa movie na gymnast. Malalaman niyo kung bakit. No? Kasi ang daming split na ginawa. Tsaka nag-roll bars pa yan. Nag-monkey bars. Doon sa gymnast talaga siya sa sex scene niya. Yun.
Pao, how about you, Pao Benitez?
Hello, sa totoo lang po, sobrang na-excite ako dun nung nabasa ko yung script. Pero nandun talaga yung kaba kasi, well, bago siya for me at first time ko din, kung ano yung ginawa ko dito ay first time ko lang din siya ginawa. Pero sobrang laki kasi talaga ng tiwala ko kay Direk. At sa crew, especially nung nakilala ko yung crew, naka-work ko na rin kasi sila before. So parang, for me, sobrang brave niya, nakakatakot siya, pero risky din siya gawin. But at the same time, sobrang worth it niya. Kasi kwento to ng generation namin. It's something na magiging proud ako hanggang kahit tumanda ako na naging parte ako ng pelikulang to.
Thank you, Pao. How about you, Sean?
For me naman, yung initial reaction ko nung nakita ko yung project and yung script, nagulat ako, Direk Eric Matti, rom-com. Tapos, ayun. Kasi action and horror, ganun. So parang, wow. So, special to kasi parang first time gagawin ni Directo. So yun yung initial reaction ko. And ang naisip ko lang, nung hindi ko pa nababasa yung script, for sure may twist to.
Thank you, Sean. Lastly, Emilio, do you have any second thoughts after reading the script?
It was okay. It was nice. It was kind of changed sometimes, but I was kind of nervous that I would memorize everything. But that's really fluent. And Eric really let us like a bit of our own personality on it. So I really like follow the script with my own personality and everything went clean. So yeah.
Again, just to interject, no? With Pawi, for example, while we were discussing the love scene between Pawi and Rob, si Actually, si Pawi yung padagdag ng gagawin eh. Ito lang yung dapat gawin sa sex scene, tapos si Pawi, direct, okay lang ba kung ganito gawin namin ni Rob? Ganon. No? Si Jasper and si Alexa in their scene, I never wrote a script for their scene. It's a date scene. You know what I did while we were shooting it? They were doing the scene, okay, meet and greet, action. So 2 cameras are shooting both of them. And what I did was, I just shouted keywords na i-discuss nila. So sabihin ko, do you go to church? Yon, and then that's when they start talking about, ako sa Kristan talaga ako dati. No? If you don't have good actors, then no one's gonna be able to pick up yung mga artista na sanay na binibigyan ng linya na sakto. Hindi mo na magagawa yun sa kanila, no? Sisigaw lang ako, favorite movie. And then si Alex says, so I love movies, ganon. And then sasagot na yung isa, well, my top 3 movies are ganon, no? So si Emilio, the difficult part was we wrote the scene niya in English, and sometimes he doesn't understand it. So I had to work with him in order to work out the context of what he's saying. So how would you say this? How would you tell this story? And a lot of times, this beach sequence nila, it's just all improvisation. Ito yon. Ito lang. O, nag-usap kayo tungkol sa kapatid mong namatay. O, yon. So they talk about it. Ganon. I think, and that's true for most of the actors. No, Roshon, ganon din. Si Sarah, ganon din. No? Si Chloe, lalo na, puro improvisation.
Thank you,
Si
Direk.
Carlo, yun din. Alam mong sanay sa theater kasi nagkukuan eh. Nagkukusa. Alam mo yon? Si Candice, the longest kwa namin, the difficult na I only have an idea of the blocking, the sex scene in the kotse. I only have an idea of the blocking, but I had to make them do it in order for it to work. Kasi hindi ko alam kung kasya ba yan. 'Di ba? Pag natumba, sasakay ka kay Rob. Pag nasa backseat na kayo, ibabangga yung ulo mo sa dingding, sa pintuan. Mga ganon. What's the best position? Yon.
Thank you, Direk. Back to you, Nas.
That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nas. Let's now go to Lamunaha. Hi, Lam.
Hi po. My first question po is for Direk Eric. Sir, nabanggit niyo po kanina na yung mga movies like Reality Bites, Breakfast Club. So, in every decade, meron talagang lumilitaw na isang youth-oriented drama na nagka-capture ng psychology, behavior ng isang generation, Direk. So, for this particular film, what made you decide na this is a story that needs to be told now?
Director, you're on mute po. Direk Eric, you're on mute po. Direk? Direk, you're on mute. Direk Eric? You're on mute po, you're on mute.
Ayoko alam mo yung takot ko na sa gusto kong mabigyan ng chance na mapanood nyo yung movie na to, this film that we made, I don't want to make it sound an important movie. 'Di ba? Even if I really think it is an important movie. Siyempre, bagets changed the generation, 'di ba? Pare ko, hot shots. 'Di ba? Na it goes beyond than just love, romance. It goes beyond that. It talks about a certain set of people and how they go through their lives. And yun talaga yung interested ako na ikwento. And the reason for that is because we've been as a filmmaker, all these years we've been bombarded by movies that pretend to tell real life, but actually, it's not real life. What am I saying? Diba? Siyempre, yung mga movies natin na nakikita na rom-com, best friends na naging magkaibigan, pero very much aware pa rin sa mga tatanggapin lang na prinsipyo. What I want to explore, and I've done that in all my films, not just with this one, is to dig deep into a certain institution, in this case, a generation of kids, is to dig deep and see what's really happening down there. And yun yung challenge ko sa sarili ko, to be able to tell this story where I meet someone who has seen it, na kaedad nitong generation na to, and they would say, buti, Direk, pinakita mo sa mama ko kung sino talaga ako. Kung ano talaga ako. At hindi niya isipin na si Catherine Bernardo lang ako buong buhay ko. Nakuha nyo?
Yes, Direk.
And yes, in this movie, we have to explore not just the best side of this generation, but also the messy side, the side that we refuse to see. Yung ayaw natin tingnan. Diba? And we lay it all down without judgment. Pag pinakita ko ang katangahan nila dito sa movie, I'm not saying, hoy, tanga kayo. No. Diba? There's always a reason why they went into it. And the more you understand them, the more that you can relate to the generation and don't look at them na parang ang tatanga ng mga to. The more na masasabi mo na I understand them and I'm beginning to respect them. 'Di ba? I think pag nagawa ko 'yon, pag napanood ng teachers, napanood ng mga nanay, tatay at makita nila yung mga characters dito, may intindihan nila, ganito pala sila. So this is how I should deal with them. This is how I should talk to them. Then it will make things better for this generation.
Thank you po, Direk. Piggybacking on your answer, Direk, kasi naalala ko yung IG post ninyo where you said that making this film was a process of discovery. Binanggit niyo po yun sa IG ninyo, sir.
Yes.
My question is, can you share with us yung biggest takeaway ninyo tungkol sa generation na ito sa paggawa po ninyo ng pelikula?
Number one, and it's in the movie without really telling you the theme and the eventual ending of the movie. I think this generation is very needy. This generation has been dictated upon by social media. So when I say needy, I don't say it in a derogatory manner. When I say needy, it's because there's this world that they are in now is much more complicated than where we were decades ago. And it's hard to pinpoint, where do I really stand here? Saan ba ako pupunta? Ano ba pipiliin ko? And with that confusion, you get to make mistakes. You stumble. You fall down. Kasi nga, ang dami-daming options pinipresent ng mundong ito. That's why they're needy, because there's no guidance. All of them are in the same age. All of them are all confused. So it is only in making mistakes. Ngayon lang yan na natatanggap natin. Dati, hindi tayo pwede mag-make mistakes. Diba? Ngayon, ang pinaka-biggest takeaway is, the more you make mistakes, the better your life is gonna be in the future. But if you always stay on the safe side, you're the guy who will stumble at the end of the line. Yun talaga. The takeaway is, di ba? Sige, live your life. Live your life. But be ready with the consequences and learn from it. And by learning from it, you become better. You become better at it. You lived a fuller life. Diba? As opposed to, huwag ka lumabas. Huwag kang umalis. Oh, sunod-sunuran ako yung mama ko. Diba? Nagtago siya sa bahay niya, buong buhay niya. Oh, tapos yun, walang nangyari sa buhay niya. Kasi super safe. Di ba?
Sir, last question na po direct. On a lighter note naman po, on behalf of
Ay, sorry. Passionate lang po sa pag-explain.
Okay lang po.
light pa rin naman po yun sa akin.
Ay, okay. Ito po direct.
Emphatic lang ako sa pag-explain.
Yes, sir. Yes po. Ito po, lighter note po itong question na to kasi as a batang 90, syempre we're very thankful sa inyo for giving us like Magic Temple, Magic Kingdom, ganyan, naging part kayo ng Pedro Pinduco and even Scorpio Nights. My question direct kasi there's an ongoing debate among the batang 90s. Totoo po ba na kayo yung gumanap na bahay ni Telang Bayawak?
Yes. Sobrang bigat ng putang inang bahay na yun. Ako yung manok na naglalakad, buhat-buhat yung bahay. Nung dumating ako sa set, yung PD, Eric, tingnan mo nga kung kaya mong buhatin. Hindi ko masabi na hindi ko kayang buhatin, napakabigat. Pero nakaabang na lahat. Si Peque Galiaga, si Nalori Reyes, naka-ready na yung camera. O sige, patong nyo na lang sa akin. Sobrang haba ng nilakad ko doon. Buhat-buhat ko yung kubo na kasing bigat ng totoong kubo talaga. And yes, ako nga yung kubo.
Yes, thank you po direct for confirming that, and on behalf of the batang 90s, thank you so much po.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Lam. Let's now go to Kim Bernardino. Hi, Kim. Kim, are you here? Kim. Yeah, I saw Kim. Hi, Kim. Kim? Okay, habang wala pa si Kim, let's proceed to Super Negatrona. Hi, Super.
Hi, Direk. So the question I have is for Direk Eric. I'm a big fan, Direk. So in an environment that rewards filmmakers, at least financially, kahit paano, that chooses to operate within the accepted and more popular norms, what made you decide to proceed in creating the film the way it is? And was it a hard sell sa mga producers mo to have it green-lighted?
Well, I think I have my producers here on the Zoom. The kind of nudity is hard to explain when it's just talked about. So I think when I presented this to the producers, to Quark, Enares, to Joe Caliro, and on script, it's been quite graphic because I want to make sure when I do a movie with nudity, I want to make sure that whoever reads it, an actor who gets hold of the script, they could already see the kind of contract I want with them. Ayoko ng surprises on set wherein nakalagay dyan, they make love. Ayoko ng ganon na parang leave it to the imagination of everybody for them to understand what it is. So I want to be a bit more graphic on the script, but with just words, it's hard to imagine it unless you're there on the set, and it becomes even more parang stronger as an image once you see it. So I think Joe Caliro, Quark, Henares, Rosel, Monteverde, and Don knew that this could be a strong movie visually in terms of nudity, but then there's nothing that they expected when they saw the final cut, because it's not just the nudity with actors, but there's a lot of sexual innuendos all throughout the film, even with all the animation. By the way, this movie is part motion graphics, animation. It's almost like a documentary, no? So matapang siya, but then I'm glad I'm at the stage where I could explore different types of films and be able to get the trust of producers when I say that this is a movie worth telling. no?
Okay.
And whether it's gonna challenge the nudity, the violence, or even the politics of the country, I'm glad that a lot of producers trust me on that one. And medyo na-convince ko naman sila without away.
Okay, that's good to hear. Thank you, Derek. And then just to
Thank you.
piggyback on that one, barring censorship, would you have created the movie the same way if it was going to be shown in the cinemas and not exclusive to a digital platform?
I wouldn't have shot this movie. It would have been a different movie.
Okay.
I think we're way past me at my age and with the many films I've done. Number one, I explore as many kinds of films as I could. I never wanted to be pigeonholed in one type of film. People may say, "Oh, action director yan, horror director." But if you look at my filmography, I did a deliberate, conscious effort to make different films each time, no?
Right.
And that's the fun of it, diba? Because you only have one lifetime, and to keep on redoing yourself with the same kind of feel, mood, and tone for a movie would not be fun enough. Sa hirap ba naman na makapasok ka at makagawa ka ng movies mo, di ba? So with this story, we knew that it was gonna be for online. If it was gonna be shown on the cinemas and there's gonna be censorship involved, I would have done a different movie. It would have been a different kind of movie. Not this movie in particular. It could have been a totally different script.
Okay. Thanks, Derek. That's all from my side. Good luck
Thank
on the movie. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Super Negatron, at maraming salamat po sa lahat ng sumama sa amin dito sa Grand Media Conference ng A Girl and a Guy. Bibigyan ko ng pagkakataon ng ating cast to invite all our viewers. Let's start with Emilio.
Can you repeat, please? Sorry.
Please invite our audience to the movie.
All right. Hey guys, I just want to invite you guys to watch this awesome movie that you will relate of nowadays life and see many characters that you will love, and the story is really, really nice. So you guys can watch it on Upstream.ph via Gcash and some other things. Anyway, see you there and be excited for you guys to see it.
Thank you, Emilio. Chloe.
Guys and girls, 6 na araw na lang, streaming on June 24 via Upstream PH, directed by Eric Matti.
Sean?
Yes, this is Upstream's first original film, guys. So produced by Reality MM, Globe Studios, and Regal Entertainment.
Carlo?
So ngayon pa lang po ay you can already avail of your tickets. So just log on to upstream.ph and register for free.
Pao?
This is available po worldwide. Kaya po sana imbitahan nyo lahat ng mga kaibigan nyo, pamilya nyo, loved ones sa buong mundo dahil mapapanood nyo po ito. So stream or movie.
Candice?
Starring Alexa Miro and Rob Gomez.
Rosh?
Makakasama din po namin dyan si Sean Salvador, Pao Benitez, Chloe Reyes, Ivan Evangelista, Ryder Lamang, Donna Cariaga, and also Marina Benipayo.
And of course, Candice Ramos, Sarah Holmes, and si Carlo Torabal. Sarah?
Yes, and this movie was directed by the one and only Eric Matti. So get your tickets now. Log on to upstream.ph. I hope you guys love the movie because we had so much fun making it, and I hope it's educational for everyone. Thank you.
Rob, invite them to your movie. Rob?
Hi guys, watch us. Enjoy. I hope to see you all there. I hope you enjoy the film.
And Alexa?
Yes, nako, and eto na nga, everything you think you know, everything you know, and everything you don't know, will be bearing it all here. So grab your tickets now. Now na. After this grand press con, you can log on to upstream.ph and get your tickets via the G Movies app and get to know all of the characters, get to know who you are in each of the characters as a girl and a guy, directed by none other than Eric Matti, the first ever Upstream original, this coming June 24th.
Direct Eric, your final words.
Thank you, everyone. I'm excited to show the film to you all, and I'm sure you're gonna have a lot of fun watching it. Thank you.
Thank you, Direct Eric. I wanted to end this forum with a friendly warning. A girl and a guy will shock you. Sasampalin kayo ng napakaraming hubad na katotohanan that will allow you to experience all kinds of #feels. So ang tanong, kakayanin nyo ba? You better be ready. This has been Mark Salamat. Thank you for joining us, and let's continue to embrace the world of streaming. Keep it here on upstream.ph.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
We
Thank you,
miss
everyone.
Direk.
Love you,
We miss
Direk.
you, Direk.
We love you so much,
Direk,
guys. We
just
love
like-
you, Direk. Reality, Regal, Globe Studios. We love you all.
Pag gusto, up, yes.
Yan ba tingin niyo sa mga babae, kayong mga lalaki?
Pwede sa akin yung ad, pero hindi dahil sexy yung babae. Mataba, mayat, may boobs, may puwet, wala. Why not?
I love you.
Galing ah. Sarap mong boss.
Are you trying to flirt with me?
Am I? Ikaw ba? Sa'yo, boss.
Ay, in fairness sa'yo, napapatawa mo ko ng ganito. Kang ano dyan, baka mamaya.
Oo naman. Gentleman naman. I'm sorry, Melita. So what's your surprise? Kaya na pa ako excited.
Step-mom? Ako talaga?
Eh, ikaw, ano pang hinihintay mo?
Anong meron?
Fucking tired, ah.
Kahit anong gusto mo, o release mo yan pag pinasikat na kita.
Wala kang direksyon. I feel like I'm dating a toddler.
Okay na nga, hindi na nga tayo magsasama sa
Hindi mo kaya kumilos nung wala ako? Kailangan kada kibot nandito ako sa tabi mo?
Tangin ng GMT mo na lang ako, Manny. Yun eh.
Laki lang yan.
You better prove to us that you are worth keeping.
Wow! Bakit na alam ko naman dapat di ko pinatulis kasi? Hoy! Teka lang!
Maybe this is the universe telling us to stop everything. Alam mo kasi, para ako nasa marathon eh. Kahit malayo pa yung finish line, basta umusad.
You know, life is less of a race. It's more of a maze.
Mabuti pa mag-enjoy na lang tayo. Chill na lang tayo mamaya. Cheers.
Cheers.